everyone, my name is Andrea Nazario Figueroa. I'm an integrated studies major with a minor in education, and the summary of what I'm going to be talking about is plastic waste and the involvement of 3D printers as a solution. So this is everywhere, unfortunately. It's all in our oceans, state parks. Sometimes our wildlife gets caught in like soda rings and stuff like that. It's really unfortunate. But these are everywhere. Sometimes I see them around campus after an event. But I want to use this and turn it into this. What is this? This is called filament. This is the material that you need in order to 3D print something. What is a 3D printer? 3D printer, it uses plastic. It heats it up, melts it, and it turns into whatever design you want. Something as detailed as this, or something with a logo, whatever you want, whether it's single color, multicolor, or something cute for your desk. It was originally created with prototyping in mind for different like businesses and their ideas and stuff like that. So you can actually have your product in hand instead of having to wait for months and months and months to get your prototype shipped to you and this and that. This just kind of made it easier for people. But because this wasn't really affordable and there wasn't a lot of companies that would make these, it was very rare to find a 3D printer. But nowadays, they're everywhere. I've had 4. And I remember when I bought my first one, it was a little bit expensive. And I look at the same printer today and it's like $100 less than what I originally paid for a couple years ago. So every year the printers are getting cheaper and cheaper, but our landfills are getting fuller and fuller, whether it's with this or the waste that gets produced by these kinds of machines. So this clip right here is like a little trash can that I have next to my printer that just has been collecting for a couple of weeks now. This is plastic with different colors, the support material, the purging between colors, and some failed prints. I ended up taking some of that plastic, however, because, you know, sometimes you get a little hurt feeling in the chest whenever you see your money going down the drain, because all that plastic, I paid for it at some point, and now it's gone. But something like this can cost you about $20, right? When I see plastic like that, I know it's going to end up in some sort of landfill. I don't like being part of the problem. I want to be part of the solution. So what I actually ended up doing is I melted some of the pieces together. I think right after that clip is when I made this, and it took up half of the container. So it doesn't have to be this design, but just the idea of compressing the plastic together. You can either reuse it to make even more art, or you can reuse it to make more filament. Plastic waste damages our ecosystems. It takes up hundreds of years to break down. And do we really have the time and the equipment to keep up with the demand for plastic and the demand to kind of figure out a way to get rid of it? We want to try and reuse what we already have. So by having like the plastic that we already have, I know we're trying to switch our attitudes with reduce, reuse, recycle. We really should take that seriously. I want to take this and turn it into something that I can keep using, or the filament that gets wasted that I paid for. Turn it into something like this, or turn it into something like this. I want to be able to make more stuff with the plastic that I'm paying for, and actually being able to use the stuff that I want to make. Yeah. This isn't something that is just going to benefit me. This is going to end up benefiting everybody. And by everybody, I mean everybody. Everyone can benefit from having lower pollutions in our water, in our lands, in our schools. Seeing these every day sucks. Every time you go to the beach, at least for me, I've always seen water bottles everywhere. Or like the caps, at least. That can be extremely annoying, especially when you're going barefoot on the beach. But this can be reused with this. and create more art pieces like this, and can create our future. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I went over time, but thank you so much.